Hello everybody. In this video I'll show you how to create an RMI Client server application. The example will be some action on the bank account. So we will create an RMI server which presents the skeleton, and we create RMI Client which presents the stub. I will show you some requests and responses. First, we're gonna create a project. We'll create the RMI server. We'll name it RMI server. Next, we will define the RMI service interface. Interface here, we'll name it bank account. There are two conditions to create a RMI interface. The first one is the interface should extend remote class. Then we will define the different methods. Void will deposit an amount of money. The second condition, it should throw the remote exception. Add second method, withdraw amount. Same thing here, throws remote exception. And second, we will get the amount, get balance. No argument, throws remote exceptions. Once we have defined the service, we will implement it. We create Java class bank account ampl, which implements the interface. We'll implement the different methods. That's it. We'll define default amount then this one, for example, we'll add the amount. Withdraw, we'll draw it. The last one, we will return the amount. Okay, everything seems fine. For this to work, we will create the server. It should contain the main method. In the server, we will do some different steps. The first one, we will create the remote object. Bank ampl. Once the object is created, we should export it to Java or RMI runtime. For this, we're gonna call the export object in the locate in the unicast remote object. Unicast remote object, export object, don't email, and 0. We want to return bank account interface. We do cast it here. Name it export object. Try catch. Okay, add it. Then we will start the registry. For here, we will create a registry. Create registry. We give a random port, for example 523069. Second, we will bind the object, we will bind the URL to this remote object. So we create the URL, it's RMI actually URL. We'll not hardcode the others. For this, we'll call the method get local address, get host address plus the port number and the name of the servers. For example, we will call it bank account. We will add the exception here. The last thing is to rebind the object. For this, we will call the method rebind. We will give the URL and the remote object. Name it here export object. Same thing. Add to existing. Good. And the last thing, once the server is correctly started, we will add a message waiting for the client's call. Add a message for the error here. Suit error while trying to connect bank account object. Okay. Let's sum up. To create RMI service, we define an interface that extends the remote and throws remote exception for the different methods. Then we implement the interface, and finally we create the server by creating the object, the remote object, exporting it to the Java RMI, starting the registry, creating URL, and then rebind it. The second thing, we will create the client. I will create a new project, Java project. I will call it RMI Client. New window. Cool. Create class, call it client, which contains main method. What we're gonna do here, same thing. We will create the URL, the RMI URL, init address to get the IP address, plus the port, still have it, good, and the name of the object that we want to connect to. Try catch, good. The second thing we're gonna do is look up for this object using a method lookup in the naming class. We'll pass URL, and since we want the object with the interface bank account, what we should do is to add the same interface that we have defined in the server in the client project. Go here, copy that, and we call it to the client. That's it. Good. Now we're gonna cast it. Good. Bank account object. Then I will add the exception. Good. The second thing we're gonna do, now we will do a request to the server. For example, we will display the current amount in the bank account. Amount in the bank account. For this, we're gonna call the method getBalance. I will add a public, not here, public static int or double amount 10. I will show messages to see what will be going on. The first, we will deposit this value. Okay. We will call the method deposit using the bank account. Oh, sorry, it should be int. Okay. Then we will show the amount after the deposit. Same call to the object getBalance. Then we will withdraw the amount. Same amount. Then same thing here. We will show the amount after withdrawal. Adding a message here, error while trying to access the server remotely. Okay, I think everything is great. We will try to start the server. Good, everything is okay. Waiting for the client's call. Next thing, we're gonna start the client and we see what will happen. Good. The first amount was 50. We have deposit 10. The new one is 60. And then we have withdrawn 10. The after amount is 60. Something's wrong here. Can I check? Oh, 50. Did I call? Sorry, I didn't call the method here. bank account, withdraw actually, and the amount. I've forgotten this. Cool. We will run the program again. Okay, good. The bank account is now 60, deposit 10, we got 70, and then we have withdrawn 10, we have 60. I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching.